Hello, everyone. Welcome to IDGAF 1984. My name is Jeff Metric, for those of you who don't know me. Today, I'm outside in the library. What we're going to talk about today is the dangers of a social credit score and how it's a modern threat to individual freedom. It's going to be a two-part video because my last video I put out like 3 days ago was 15 minutes, and I don't want to do that to you guys. But here's the thing. I think I'm maybe shadow banned, so if you're a subscriber, please like this video, comment on it, share it, and let's just help build and let the algorithm start to see that there are people willing to stand up and say, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to speak my truth. So, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And once I'm at 77 subscribers, once I hit 100, I will do a AMA, and I'll do it live. So, let's get to 100, all right? So, what we're going to talk about is a social credit score. And a lot of people may not know fully what a social credit score is. A social credit score is a means of saying, okay, you have this score, you have access to these services. Oh, you said stuff we don't like, and this is government or corporations. Well, they can take away access to that. They do it in China right now, where if you have a low enough score, you can't get certain jobs, you can't fly, you can't even leave your town. And that's what they're trying to push here. And this is going to be, like I said, a two-part video. I'm going to do this one first, and then I'm going to release another one tomorrow. So, let's get going. In an era of technological advancements and growing interconnectedness, we find ourselves facing a new societal phenomenon, the implementation of social credit scores. Initially introduced as a means to promote responsible citizenship, whatever the hell that means, and elevate societal standards, which I don't know if accepting everybody every which way they want to be identified is advancing society. I think it's denigrating society. It's linked to degeneracy, but that's a whole nother topic. These systems have the potential to severely undermine individual freedoms because you can't say what you want. This channel is all about saying if it offends you, I have no moral, legal, or ethical responsibility if I offend you. That's a you problem you need to figure out your life. Because I don't expect anyone else to change what they say because it offends me. Because I have to figure out why I'm offended, why I'm triggered. That's a me problem. This video is going to delve into the dangers associated with social credit scores, exploring potential for abuse, erosion of privacy, and the negative consequences for marginalized communities. And most people pushing a social credit score tend to be on the left side of the political spectrum, and they tend to cater to minority communities, or at least try to, but really don't succeed at it because they pander and they keep saying they're disadvantaged without giving them any real opportunities to achieve advancement. So, yeah, thank you, Democrats. So, let's go on. The first one is abuse of power. One of the most potent dangers of social credit scoring lies in the potential for abuse by those in power. Governments, corporations, or any entity that manages these systems can wield immense control, monitoring and manipulating citizens' lives based on their score. See, we had a little bit of this during COVID with Twitter before Elon took over, and that's a huge problem back then because you had people who were not doctors who took information from the government and censored doctors who had way more experience than anyone in government or at Twitter, and it was lawyers and executives that made these decisions that have no accountability to anyone. So that's a problem, and that's something we need to worry about and why we need to fight against every time someone even wants to talk about implementing a social credit score or more social control. Such abuse can lead to suppression of dissent. We saw that with Twitter during the coup. Stifling of individuality, we saw that too, where people who chose not to get the shot, I was one of them, had their lives pretty much destroyed because we didn't conform. We wanted to be individuals, which that's what IDGAF is. I'm an individual before I'm anything else. And the erosion of democratic principles, because democratic principles are founded fundamentally, our First Amendment, our Constitution's right to free speech. And here's the thing. There's no such thing as hate speech. Hate speech cannot be defined. If I say, I don't believe the Holocaust happened, that's not hate speech. I'm not calling for violence against anyone. Hate speech goes from being free speech to hate speech when it calls for violence against a particular group of people. The risk of a powerful few determining societal worth based on personal beliefs and agendas is a clear assault on the essence of personal freedom. We have this in school with the LGBTQ plus ABC community. Pushing stuff on our kids. You have people at Pride marches going, we're here, we're queer, we're going to take your kid, we're coming for your kids. Yeah, yeah, that's an agenda that talks about inclusion. No, it's an agenda that talks about indoctrination. It's no different than religion. It's all the same. You have a belief system, but you have no empirical proof. Like, that's the thing. There's no empirical proof that you're transgender. We can't look at your DNA and see you're transgender. Until that point, it's a mental illness, as far as I'm concerned. Now we have, next one is the erosion of privacy. Social credit scoring systems rely heavily on data collection and surveillance. I use a VPN that's untraceable, so I can be anywhere in the world and be right next to you. Raising serious concerns about privacy invasions, we already have that. Apple has shut down the government wanting to put backdoors in on their software. Microsoft, I'm not sure about, but they do allow backdoor access to where you can have a VPN, but they can still get into your system. So yeah. The constant monitoring of individuals' activity, both online and off, infringes upon the rights of privacy and personal autonomy. They have that in New York and D.C. Those are the two most heavily camera surveilled states and cities in the country. And this is a really big problem. The extensive data collection required for these systems encompasses everything from financial transactions to social interactions, creating a chilling effect on our ability to freely express ourselves and engage in normal everyday commerce because we have a fear of reprisal. So let me give you an example. I like to eat steak. I like bison. That's just me. I'm a meat eater. But we're going to have it say, oh, you're eating meat that's producing too much carbon, so you're not allowed to buy meat for the rest of the month because you've reached your carbon limit, or you've reached your carbon limit for the year. That is retarded. Retarded, retarded, retarded. Or let's say I want to buy Bitcoin and I want to start doing transactions in Bitcoin. Well, guess what? The government will be able to monitor it. Corporations will be able to monitor it. That's what FedNow is. FedNow is a rapid payment system. I'm going to go into a video on that probably on Sunday. It's going to probably be a 2-3 parter because I'm not going to make them real long. But yeah, look up FedNow. Look up what it's doing. Look up CBDCs. I'll put all this stuff in the description, but just go and check it out. I'll tag it in there. So until tomorrow for part 2 of social credit scores and how they're an impact on individual liberties, this is Jeff Metric with IDGAF 1984. Keep doing great, and until tomorrow, I don't give a fuck. Have a great day.